Good morning and welcome to a new series focusing on business news. Trying to focus on the latest news within the last 24-48 hours, what we can learn from the news, some of the big news stories in the business community. The two stories that I want to focus on today is one from Facebook and the other one from EasyJet. So let's start with Facebook. A very interesting story recently with Facebook along with Google as a side point focusing on rebuttaling the issue of fake news or the influence that they had over the USA elections. Now, Mark Zuckerberg coming out and saying that there's no way that his site had influence over the elections, and I think that I think there is a big story here, not just politics, and I don't want to deal with the political elements of this. There's so much politics news going on right now. I just want to focus on what do we learn from this from a business point of view. So Facebook are constantly changing their algorithm to impact on what stories are shown in your live feed, and particularly for businesses, how businesses can reach out to focus groups and attract their customers. So obviously the amount of work that goes into these algorithms is considerable, and most of Facebook's power is behind these algorithms. So by Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook kind of going back on its staunch, strong position on how powerful its algorithms are, and obviously the impact that it will have on business, that's really a weak and very meek point of view as a presentation of what Facebook is. I think it's unfortunate that Mark has had to be forced to go back and kind of backtrack on his strong feeling of the power of his algorithm, because of maybe political influence, because of maybe social influences out there. But really, as a business, it's really a weak state of affairs. And I think a business needs to always stand up for its services and stand up for its abilities, especially if that impacts on ad revenue in this case, or on user levels, or partnerships in the long term. Your business and your ability to stand strong and be proud of your business's ability should never be influenced by other elements. Just always stand strong with your message, stand strong with standing behind what your business is and what it offers, and don't get affected by external influences. The second story comes from EasyJet, a budget air travel carrier, mostly operating in Europe. Now, unfortunately, due to some really big challenges in the market, led by Brexit and the weak pound, because it's a UK-based company, it's seen a 30% reduction in revenue. The reports over the last 24-48 hours has been that they're putting these losses behind them and moving forward. And I think that the main message they're putting forward, especially for shareholders and the market in general, is a message of resilience. They're really focusing on weathering these issues and moving forward. And I think that, so the comment I want to make, and I think the lesson that can be learned here, is that there are always going to be issues that are going to trouble a business. Without getting too emotional, if you can see, well, in this case in EasyJet, to backtrack, in this case in EasyJet, the numbers of people are actually slightly increased. And so it's other elements that are affecting the overall profits. So without getting too emotional about it, you can see clearly that EasyJet can continue without focusing too much on the losses, but focus on the broad vision. And it's this ability to kind of see all the information and come to a conclusion, analyze the data, and don't get too caught up in the fact that overall you lost, but the figures are also showing a quite solid picture of the market and the business. And a small business can do that as well. You know, your business will go through some real issues, but stay strong. Again, this measures of strength and this measures of resilience to see things clearly. I think not getting overpowered by the issues and by some of the negative elements can keep you focused and mindful of strategies and opportunities available to the business. So you'll see over here that I've put some YouTube videos that are related to these two news stories, and down below I'll put some other news links that are again relevant to the two stories that I've covered. What are your feelings? Tell me and put them in the comment section. Please subscribe. Let's continue, and I look forward to covering news stories in the future. Have a great day. Keep killing it, doing great things, and I'll see you again.